Thank you, Chair. I would like to first thank the member for North Devon for securing this important and timely debate. I'd also like to pay tribute to Better Streets in Birmingham, who campaigned tirelessly in my community to improve the safety of our roads. Road traffic collisions, and certainly fatal ones, are some of the most tragic incidents we see across the UK, especially as we know many of them are preventable. In reported road collisions in the year ending June 2023, there were over 1,500 fatalities and over 130,000 casualties in Britain. In 2022, in my constituency, there were 338 road collisions. Casualties rise in over 100 since 2021. On the 29th of May last year, a 4-year-old boy was tragically killed after being hit by a car in my constituency. 2 days before, on the 27th of May, a 13-year-old girl was reported to be fighting for her life after she was struck by a hit-and-run driver. And just 15 minutes drive away, on the 31st of May, a cyclist was killed in a hit-and-run. In the space of 5 days, 3 families in my constituency had their world turned upside down. In October last year, I backed Birmingham City Council's campaign to reduce the speed limit on one of the roads in my constituency from 40 to 30 miles per hour. And the council are doing some important work throughout this year to make our streets safer, such as average speed enforcement, giving priority to pedestrians and refreshing their road harm reduction strategy. But we can and we should do more. There have already been 2 serious incidents on Birmingham roads this year. One of the biggest barriers to active travel as a replacement for driving is safety. And in the 3 weeks where the 3 cyclists were killed on Birmingham roads in June last year, the impact of that was felt right across our city. It is also vital that people feel safe and secure when walking at night. So we must tackle the issues of crime and antisocial behaviour that are soaring under this government. We need to rebuild neighbourhood policing, to increase police and PCSOs in community teams so people can be confident that someone will always be there to help them remain safe. Government, both local and national, must do what they can to improve routes and roads so that people can feel safe walking and cycling instead of driving. They must also ensure that penalties for breaking the law when driving are strong enough to deter. Failure to stop after an accident and give details or report an accident is an offence and carries a maximum penalty of an unlimited fine and or 6 months imprisonment. Chair, it is clear to me that we are not doing enough to prevent this kind of driving. A maximum of 6 months in prison for a hit and run is absolutely not enough and clearly does not deter as it should. Sentencing outcomes for summary motoring offences have generally not changed over the past 10 years, which most offenders each year are only fined. For some offences, a fine is inadequate. For others, it is absolutely not. And I'm sure that those families in my constituency would tell you the same. Walking to school, across the road, cycling to work and strolling to the shops are all things we should feel safe doing. But the reality is, in my city, between 2019 and 2021, more than 200 collisions were caused by careless, reckless driving, and more than 120 were caused by drivers speeding. Over 100 were caused by aggressive driving, and over 70 by drivers who were impaired by alcohol. Currently, deterrents aren't working, and we need to see a dedicated road safety strategy from the government with a plan to fund active travel, deter dangerous drivers, and make our streets safer for everyone. We can do more. to make sure we all feel safe, a little safer on our streets, and we should. Thank you, Chair.